This is a lesson on finding functions of equations for the third day. Now, right here, say you're given a table like this, and they want you to find the function. You need to go, and you're going to have to build your own table. And we're going to build it like this, and it says the x number, so I've got x, then I've got y. Now I'm going to go up here, I've got -8, -4, 8. Let's see, let me bring this down a little bit more. I've got 12 and 16. Now, I always put in an x. Next, I'm going to have -1, -2, -5, -6, and -7. I'll bring down the rest of here. Now, we're still going to do the same steps. Step 1 is to do delta y, is to do the change in y right here. Remember to find these, I have some people struggling with their positives and negatives. When you go here, take the bottom number. So I'm going to take -2 minus the number above it, -1. That's y2 minus y1. It gives me -1. Again here, doing the same thing, you would have -3, -1, -1. Well, these aren't the same, but that's okay because that's not where we stop. Here is step 2 to find delta x. So right here, same thing. Take the bottom number minus the top. Okay, well, -8. So let me make sure you understand that. Bring this up here. -4 minus -8. Enter. Gives me +4 plus 4. Well, that makes sense because, see, I'm going from negative up to positive, so I'm getting more positive. This right here, people struggle with this. On this one, for some reason, take 8 minus -4. Take the number down here minus the number above and press enter. I get 12. Here is +4 and +4. Well, now the next step is step 3. That is delta y over delta x. Okay, what's another name for this? This is my coefficient. Another name is rate of change. So now, remember, delta y, take the y number, -1, over the x. The x is 4. I have a lot of people that mess this up and tell me that the coefficient is -4. The top number is smaller. This is a fraction. You can do -0.25. That'll help you find your equation, but I like using -1/4. The next one here, I've got -3. That's delta y over delta x, which is 12. -3 over 12. Now, remember in the calculator, if I go in here and put -3 divide 12, if I want to just reduce this fraction, I can see this math button right here underneath alpha. Press math, enter, enter. Look right there, it reduced it to the fraction. So now, oh, here goes my pen again. It always trips out on me. Okay, here we go. So it's -1/4. So my coefficient is -1/4, and I'll put that all the way down here. Remember, coefficient, rate of change, it all means the same thing. Next to it goes my x. So I'm going to put in there -8, -4, 8, 12, 16, and x. Okay, now you need to multiply these two together and see what you get. So I'll go up here. Oh, let's see if I can move this over. I'll put in there -1/4 times -8 and press enter. It gives me 2. So right here, this gives me 2. What do I have to do to 2 to get to -1? I'm going from a positive, so look, I'm over here at +2, and I need to get to -1. I've got 1 and 0, so I'm going over 1, 2, 3. If I'm going to the left, I'm subtracting. I'm getting smaller, so minus 3. So remember, we're trying to figure out what we're going to add or subtract to find your constant. Minus 3, minus 3, minus 3. Never go any farther until you check in the calculator. Go to y equals, put in what you think the rule is, negative 1/4 x minus 3, and press second graph. And look and see if these points, negative 8, negative 1, negative 4, negative 2, 8, negative 5, make sure that they are all there. Okay, so I've got negative 8, negative 1, I've got negative 4, negative 2, and so you want to make sure that you have all of them. Once you do that, then you can go on. Oh, let's see, here it goes again. It's tripping out again. Okay, and I'm back. All right, so the function, we can write y equals negative 1/4 x minus 3, or f of x equals negative 1/4 x minus 3. The coefficient, negative 1/4. The constant, negative 3. Okay, right here, you can pause the video and answer this question, see if you can find it out. It says, what would be the value of y if x is 100? So I would go in the table right here, x, then y. It says if x is 100, so put 100 in here for x, and we need to find y. So I go up here. I already put the equation in there. Second graph. Now you can hold this down and go to where x is 100, or remember the shortcut. Well, darn, here goes the pen again. Go to second window, type in 100, and then go to second graph. There's my answer over here, negative 28. Negative 28. Let's try the next one. Right here, this time, they give it to us in the mapping. We still would do the same thing. Now, a lot of times, you can actually use the mapping. You can build a table if you want to separate. Or I can even, sometimes I just go through on my test and I'll just make it like this and go x, then y. So I would go through and try and answer the questions. I'm going to move this up for just a second. Let's see if I can move all this up. That way it's all on the same screen. There we go. Be a little nicer here. Okay, so now go through and try and find your equation. Step number 1, find delta y, the change. Whoops, that's not a very good y, is it? Right here, I'm getting more negative. I'm going down, so it's negative 2, negative 2, negative 2. The second step is to find delta x. I'm getting more positive, and I'm going up by 3. Okay. Now I'm going to put an x right here. So now, step 3, delta y divided by delta x. All of these are negative 2, so I have negative 2 over delta x, which is 3. Now, if you put that in the calculator, it's going to give you like negative 0.666. Let's leave it as a fraction. So I have negative 2/3, and you can put it all the way down this. I'll just go down here to my rule. Now, right here, I've got negative 2/3 times 6. Okay, maybe you don't remember how to multiply with fractions, so go up here. We can go on the home screen. Let's put in this, clear this out, make it easier. Negative 2/3, 2 divide 3. Now put in parentheses 6. Press enter. It'll give you, when you multiply these two together, it equals negative 4. So it equals negative 4. So what do I have to do to negative 4 to get to negative 5? Well, I subtract 1. So let's see if I do this. Let's see if I go in the calculator if I did it right. I go to y equals. I need to move my calculator over. I go y equals here. let's put in there negative 2 divide 3 x minus 1 and press second graph. So let's, oh, it went all the way to 100. I need to start at 3 to check it. So let's go to second window, type in there 3, second graph. Right here I've got 3, negative 3, yep. 6, negative 5, 9, negative 7. Ooh, come on, pen. There we go, 12, negative 9. Okay, so it means that I have the right answer. So I'm going to write it as a function, y equals negative 2/3 x minus 1, or I'm going to write f of x equals negative 2/3 x minus 1. Rate of change, remember that's the same as your coefficient. It's the same as delta y over delta x. That number is negative 2/3. Right here. Your constant, there it is by itself, minus 1. The next thing down here is saying, what would be the value of x if the value of y is 21? Build a table. Y is 21. What is x? So if you do this, now when you go in the table, it makes it much easier to know exactly what you're looking for. So I know that if I go down, it's going to be more negative. So where'd my little button go? There we go. You can only go up in the x column. So I'm looking for 21. Beep, beep, beep. Did I find it? There it is. Where this is, y is 21, x is negative 33. So right here I have negative 33. So now to go on to the next one. This one's fun. Take a minute and try and think about what you would do to be able to figure this out. You should know that y equals the coefficient times x plus or minus the constant. Well, heck, you don't even have to do anything. Look, it tells you the coefficient. It tells you the constant. So my equation, y equals, the coefficient is 1/3. Then you put x. The constant is plus 0.5. The rate of change is the same as delta y over delta x. It's your coefficient, which is 1/3. Now if I go down, what is the value of the third term? Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to try and move some of this up here so that we can see them. All right. There's my equation. It says, what is the value of the third term? I should know that term is my x and value is my y. So it wants to know when the term number is 3. So when I go in here, put the equation in, which is 1 divide 3 x plus 0.5, or you just write 0.5. Press second graph. Oh, I bet we're way up there. Yep, we're way up there. So let's go to second window. I want to know where x is 3. Then we go second graph. There it is. It's 1.5. 1.5. The next one. What is the value of the sixth term? X and y. Remember, this is term. So the sixth one. So I go up here. And I look and see where x is 6. Y is, oh, my button's here. Down to 6. Over here, it's 2.5. So right here is 2.5. This one here, what is the term number? What is the x when the value is 8.5? Okay, so I go and I build my table here. I have x, then y. Value is 8.5, so I'm going to put 8.5 here. Now I look in my table, and I'm going to look and see where y is 8.5. Keep going. Oh, there it is. Go over here. It is 24. Next one. Whoop. Next one right here. Go through and let's find the equation and be able to answer this. Step 1 is to find delta y. Delta y right here is minus 2. Right here, I'm going down some more. It is negative 8, minus 8, and minus 4. Step 2, plus 1, plus 4, plus 2. Now, that was to find delta x. Step 3, do delta y over delta x. Negative 2 over 1, negative 2. Negative 8 over 4, negative 2. Negative 4 over 2, negative 2. Remember, if all of these, are all the same, good, it means it is linear. What does linear mean? It means if I graph them, it would make a straight line. So negative 2 goes all the way down here. It is my coefficient. Next to it, I put my x's. 0, 1, 5, 7, and x. Now I need to find my constant. Remember, multiply these two together. I get 0. What do I have to do to 0 to get to 5? Add 5. Remember to check in the calculator before you go on. Go to y equals. Put in there negative 2x plus 5. Second graph. And double check in your table that you have 0 and 5. Okay, we keep going on, but you need to make sure you always check. All right, now, let's remind this because I haven't talked about this yet. What is this called? It's the rule. To write it as a function. There's the other one. So if you've already written this, after we do this, you can answer this one down here. Y equals negative 2x plus 5. Or you can write it as f of x equals negative 2x plus 5. Coefficient is negative 2. Constant is 5. Right here. If you haven't answered it, pause the video and then come back and see how you did. Term number x. Value is y. So x then y. When the y number is 25, go in the table. Whoop, got to move it over now here this way. All right, I got to go back up here and look for 25. There it is, negative 10. Whoop, all right. Going crazy here. I've got negative 10. So my term number is negative 10. Oh, there we go. Next one. Right here. Pause the video. Come back and see how you do. Step 1. Delta y. Plus 1. Plus 2, plus 1. Step 2, delta x. Plus 2, plus 4, plus 2. Step 3, find delta y over delta x. 1 over, the one that matches with is 2. Leave it as 1/2. Look at the next one. 2 over 4. It reduces to 1/2. Since the coefficients are the same, it is linear. It means if I graph these, it will make a line. I put 1/2 here. Now, if you don't really want to do the whole thing, you don't have to on this when you have a table and you're just trying to find it maybe for a problem. So I'm going to take 1/2. Now I'm going to go to 0, remember, because 0 is my favorite. I'll put the x right there. What is 1/2 times 0? Well, it's 0. Anything times 0 is 0. What do you have to do to 0 to get to 1? Add 1. Now, see, I really was like, if I drew in these lines right here, there, that might help some of y'all. What is this called again? This right here, it's called the rule. If I write the equation, y equals 1/2 x plus 1. Function, f of x equals 1/2 x plus 1. Coefficient, what number is a coefficient? 1/2. The constant is 1. Next it says, what is the term number? What is the x when the value is 10? Right here, x and y, I'm sorry, negative 10. So now go in the calculator and look and see where the value, have I put it in there? I don't think I did. All right, so I've got 1/2 x plus 1. And I press second graph. Look and see where it's negative 10. And I'm looking where the y is, right there. The x number is negative 22.